Hi, I have in front of me a swivel and tilt wall bracket. This will work with TVs from 22 inches all the way up to 50 inches. It comes effectively pre-assembled, so it's extremely easy to assemble and use. And it's very versatile in terms of it's giving virtually a full 180-degree rotation in terms of the viewing angle on the TV from left to right. In terms of the tilt angle on this, you can tilt up to 2 degrees upwards and 12 degrees downwards, and all of the accessories in terms of the bolts for mounting it onto the wall and for mounting it onto the TV comes in this outer box here, which you can see, and there's an instruction manual here on it. TV brackets when shipped here in Ireland from freetv.ie have free delivery. So let's just look at it here in terms of the pre-assembled. So the first thing to note is I'm just going to open this out, and I'm going to come along here, and I'm going to look at this bracketry that's here, okay? So you can see here it's slotted on the top, and then there's just a screw in the bottom here. So what we can do is we can just mount this directly onto the wall using the plugs and bolts here. And to make sure that we're mounting it correctly, we can come along and we can use this magnet. It's just there, and just tell us if we're square or not, okay? So that's quite handy, and the fact it's magnetic along with the actual spirit level on it just makes it very handy to attach. So you can see here we can extend it fully out like this. We can just see rotate here. So you may need to use a spanner just to loosen this slightly and then bolt it in afterwards. But you know, it's possible to adjust here quite easily. So what we have here is we have an adjustment here. So this is how we get our 2 degrees down to 20 or 12 degrees in terms of the overall adjustment on it. So it's if we look, we'll say what size TVs we can do it here. It's all based around the VESA standard. So if we looked at a VESA 100 by 100, if we looked at these holes that are here, from centre here to here and from here to here is 100 millimeters in either direction. So what that will allow us to do is we could actually come along and on different televisions, depending on the size, a smaller TV for instance will have holes that are pre-threaded 100 by 100, and larger TV will move up, we'll say, to 200 by 200. And if we went to very large TVs up to the top of the range, the 50 inch or higher, what we would find is that it'll be used a larger VESA standard. And if that's the case, what we may need to do is actually come along and mount on an extension bar onto it. And how we would do that is we'd simply come along, we drop on these brackets here, which are threaded, and they come in the set here. We just drop them on, and what we do is we just get these screws here, we push them up through these holes, just display it here clearly as I can, and we just drop this on, and what we would do then is these extension things are actually threaded, so just a quick few turns with a Phillips screwdriver, we can bolt this on both sides. We'll have put in a bolt here and here, do the same on the far side, and we continue to work through it here to actually add on the bracketry there, and that'll give us some things. I would say in most applications people won't need to do this, but they do provide them in the set in case people need them. I don't know if I mentioned there earlier, but it will support TVs up to 30 kgs, and this particular one here, the bracket itself fully loaded is about 3.8 kgs. Now it's part of a much wider range of both swivel flat and also cantilever brackets, and also kitchen brackets, freestanding brackets, ceiling brackets, etc. And they prove to be very popular. The reason it sells so well for us is that if you look at companies generally, or the big high streets that make a lot of money, sell high-end TVs, things like that, in general they don't make any money on the TVs, but they make huge killing on the bracketry and things like that. So there's a real niche for us in the market there, because we're able to come along and we just sell the bracket set, you know, pretty reasonable prices, a free delivery on it. The assembly on all these ones are pretty straightforward, and we just shift pallet loads after pallet loads of them, almost always directly to the home consumers, although we have a large trade base for it as well. So that's it anyway, an overview of the swivel and tilt wall bracket supporting 20 to 50 inch or 22 to 50 inch TVs, available on freetv.ie.